You talked about your husband and how to combine. You have about 200 properties, right? And he's an investor as well. So let me ask you this question: how important is it to have a partner where you guys are on the same page with the same goals? Like, how has that helped your business?
Um, I mean, I think because I got to teach him
Mm-hmm.
that, and he was very teachable. Not everyone is teachable. Um, Having the mindset to do this business is a huge shift. You have to be open minded, but not gullible, I should say.
Okay.
And just understanding that there's a better way to do things. Using the credit cards, his first property, he was really, really nervous, especially because there was a roofer, and he was talking about the roof. He said, "This is a total ripoff," and he thought he meant the property. So he didn't even tell us, but he said he was nervous, like he bought a bad deal, and he was like, "Oh my God, what did I do?" But he trusted me. He trusted me because I've been doing it for years. I was like, "Yeah, use a credit card, use this hard money loan, buy this big old building." And so when he saw it, he got the cash out, like almost $20,000 first deal. Started cash flowing immediately. He got the Section 8 money. And it's just like he saw it. So once he saw it, he trusted me, he trusted the process, and he was just on board. And he caught on really quickly. I'm so proud of him when he talks. I'm like, oh my God. He has his own mentees. They're doing well, they're refinancing, they're cash flowing. So it's just, I'm so proud of him.
Yeah, and he made it. He admits it. He says, "Listen, you told him everything." So that's amazing. So you guys together as a powerhouse. That's dope. That's dope. So along this journey, right, from starting where you are, because you talked about working a government job. How long was it into that government job before you decided to walk away and say, "I'm just going to go do real estate full time
It was 8 years. It was 8 years. I
now"?
left when I was 30. I started working at 22, and my goal was to leave at 30. And not even like I'm 30, I'm gonna leave. I was gonna work as long as I could, but 30 was just like one of those numbers that people throw out there, like I'm gonna be a millionaire by 30. But things just kind of happened that showed me it was time for me to leave. It was when we were having like the Great Recession, and they were having pay raises, which it didn't really affect me because I had real estate income. But the biggest thing was that they had a hiring freeze, and then they offered a buyout. So all the older people, they gave them bonuses to leave early. So once it was like maybe like 10 people who left, a lot of people were in the department that I worked in. So what happened was they dumped a lot of work onto me. And because at the time, I've like always been a yes person, and I just do everything I asked for. I've always been a hard worker, and I felt like they took advantage of me. So I was doing all the work from all the different people, and it was not only was it like burning me out, people were like in my office at 7:30 when I walked in. I'm like, no, I need to get in here, have my coffee, and relax, check my bank accounts. Like, you do not like. I'm a good worker. You don't have to micromanage me or check up on me. So because of that, other things happened. Like my mother had a surgery, and I asked if I could leave for a month to help take care of her. And during that month, I stumbled across so many deals. Like I just happened to like be in the right places, meet the right people. Like I would not have had these opportunities if I was working. And I was like, this is it. I need to leave. Like this is officially an opportunity cost, me being at work.
Yeah.
And so when I came back from that month off, I told my boss, I said, I'm going to leave in about 6 months. And he did a complete 180. He used to be a good boss. And when I told him I was leaving, he switched on me.
Ooh.
He started making it hard for me. He was like filing complaints, and it was just even more confirmation.
At the time, did everybody at the job know that you were investing on the side?
No, I didn't tell anyone. I've always been really quiet about it. When I first started, when I got my very first property, my dad's property, I told my boyfriend, my boyfriend at the time, he was not interested at all. He was like, I don't want to see no effed up property. And I told my best friend, she was like, oh, and she like went on to about her own thing. So I kept it pretty quiet. I didn't tell anyone because it seemed like it wasn't cool. So I didn't really tell people about my job. I told a couple people who were like an operator in the pilot plant, and they would give me advice about houses and all that stuff because they were like really hands-on and mechanical people. So I didn't really tell anyone. No one really knew. And when the word got out that I was leaving, people were saying like, "You're too young to do real estate," and I was like, "I've done real estate for years."
So listen, let me ask you this question: What year was it when you first started?
2004.
Okay, all right. See, all right. So now I have someone else who's went through '08, right? So
Yeah.
how did '08 affect your business?
Well, because of the way I invest, I'm a cash flow investor.
Mm-hmm.
So everything I buy cash flows. And because I do Section 8, all my money is guaranteed. So I didn't feel a thing. And before it happened, I saw all the signs, like the same thing that are doing now. They're paying too much for houses that were in really good shape. They were ripping everything out, even though it wasn't that bad. And they were flipping them at them at like I just felt like the margins weren't really that high enough to do these total rehabs on these houses that were already in good shape.
Yep.
So I already saw those signs, and I see those signs again now. But I wasn't affected. Remember, when I'm not a flipper. I do cash flow, and I invest in Section 8. So all my money was always safe and reliable.